Jaleel White played the role of one of the most iconic characters to ever hit sitcom television. And Steve Urkel in the 90s, Jaleel, as he promotes his new book, is reacting to some of his co-stars who maybe did not have as great a time as Urkel found so much success as this annoying, obnoxious television character. Some of these co-stars are saying Jaleel was the problem, not the TV character Urkel. In recent interviews, Jo Marie Payton, aka the first and real Harriet Winslows, have been pretty public about how her and Jaleel didn't get along. And at one time, she claims Jaleel wanted to fight her, recalling season 9, in which Jaleel played an original gangster dog. And there was a scene where apparently Joe, aka Harriet, said, yo, we can't do this on television. It's against standards and practices. And she claims Jaleel went on a tirade and essentially wanted to have an altercation with her, but he called it a melee. Payton did tell People in 2023 that she'll always love Jaleel and he always was a child to her, and that she forgives everything because she has that kind of heart. Carl Winslow was played by Reginald VelJohnson, and he also admitted that Jaleel was a wonderful kid, but working with him was a challenge. Working with everybody was a challenge, said Reginald, and there were some moments when he was a little difficult, but overall I have nothing but good memories from him. Jaleel admitted to Andy Cohen that the people that played the characters of Harriet and Carl Winslow are now over the age of 70, and that he's been told to not argue with his elders from the time I was 12 years old. So, you know, with Jo Marie, it's always like, what day did I catch her on and what day did the interviewer catch her on? I talk about it in the book. So when you say difficult, I'll be self-aware enough to say, okay, when I was a 13-year-old kid, anytime I was called to set, I always brought my basketball. I dribbled my basketball everywhere, and I can hear the script supervisor to this day say, oh, here he comes with that basketball. If that is the extent to which I was called difficult, then okay, I digress, said White. Something tells me Jo Marie Payton, aka Harriet Winslow, and Reginald VelJohnson, aka Carl Winslow, are much more frustrated, and we're much more frustrated with Jaleel White than just him dribbling the basketball. I don't know, man. Look, man, they were getting a lot of money. Family Matters, come on now, what are we talking about here? I'd argue there's no show on sitcom television ever created that crosses over to every race and demo like Family Matters does. I think the two that come to mind are Family Matters and George Lopez. And what I'm saying is, like, you could have made the same show, Family Matters, with a straight white cast, and I think it crosses over into Black America. And I think Family Matters could cross over into Hispanic America, right? It was a corny, crafted show that everybody just enjoyed as entertainment. And obviously, the standards of today's entertainment are not the standards of yesterday's entertainment, which I never even realized that Judy Winslow, right, just went upstairs one day and never came back down until I listened to Jaleel on some of these interviews. Like, stuff like that could not fly today. Like, you can't just go upstairs as a child on a show and never come downstairs and we not ask questions, right? Like, even the thing that they used to get off in the 90s was switching out the mom, right? Like, it feels like all the top shows for like the last season or two, they swapped out the mom. We saw it on Fresh Prince. We saw it on Family Matters. And I always hated it because it always was flip the dark-skinned woman out that played this role that everybody loved with the light-skinned woman. It went like that every single time, right? But even all in all, I think Family Matters is just one of those legendary things that as people get older, come on now, we all got family members that are up in age, and if you ask them about something today, you're going to probably get a much meaner answer than you did yesterday. And every day that goes by, the answer may get a little meaner and a little more blunt. This cast got a lot of money together. This cast was incredibly successful together. And, you know, when I listened to Jaleel White go on his run, and, you know, this was a kid, man. I get it. A lot of business was behind this kid, but I just can't believe grown people, like really grown people, were this pissed at a child. But I also understand how it could be difficult when this dude, Jaleel, came on as Urkel, and this was never supposed to be the play. Remember, Family Matters was a show created around the character of Harriet Winslow. It was a spinoff, and then you bring on this dude Steve Urkel the first few episodes in, and he hits. And come on, bro. I mean, I know I was called Urkel in school when I wore my glasses. Like, Steve Urkel is so synonymous with being a nerd. Like, that thing just sold and sold and sold. Like, I can see a little bit of vengeful energy coming off that. Like, you got to go with what a kid says now. Like, everything is contingent off a child. I get it. Y'all let me know y'all thoughts. Time, love, and support is what your boy never take for granted. Salute. I'm out. Right now, I'm offering you a special way to support your boy FERRO. If you enjoy my great quality content I put out every single day, make sure you cop a Facebook supporter badge or a YouTube membership. The prices start as low as $3.99 to show your boy that you support the grind. Tap in right now and join a special community of those that support your one and only, yours truly, FERRO.